Kia ora koutou katoa. This is InfoJam, where we stop and update you on news and info from the past week. Leading news this week, New Zealand has just experienced its warmest November on record. The National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, NIWA, has released its climate summary for spring. It showed that it was a wet season for much of the North Island with above average or well above average rainfall in most regions. The majority of the South Island saw normal amounts of rainfall. However, it was in the temperature area that the records fell. It was so warm that November became the warmest November on record. The average temperature was 1.8 degrees Celsius above average, but the warmth of November was not the case for September and October. NIWA said both months saw winter-like cold snaps. Snow flurries were experienced in Dunedin and snow fell in Christchurch. Of the 6 main centres this spring, Auckland was the warmest, Dunedin was the coolest and driest, Tauranga was the wettest, Christchurch was the sunniest, and Hamilton was the least sunny. In world news, seaweed has been discovered in Antarctica. The seaweed was found by a team of researchers 100 metres beneath the surface. The type of seaweed that was discovered is called Palmeria decipiens. This type of seaweed grows well in low water temperatures. Scientists say the depth at which the seaweed was found is an exciting discovery. This is because seaweed is known to store carbon. It is good news because seaweeds play a huge role in protecting the environment. Scientists say this discovery could help with their knowledge of what lies beneath Antarctica and the role it could play in tackling climate change. From the Odd Stuff file, a giant tortoise that holds the title for oldest living land animal has reached another big milestone, turning 190 years old. The tortoise is named Jonathan and lives on St Helena Island in the British Territories in the Atlantic Ocean. Jonathan was brought to St Helena in 1882 and was thought to be about 50 years old at the time, according to Guinness World Records. He was a gift to the future governor of the British Overseas Territory and has lived on the grounds named the Plantation House Mansion. Since his arrival, Jonathan has been joined by 3 other giant tortoises named David, Emma and Fred. Today, Jonathan measures about 1.21 metres, is blind and doesn't have a sense of smell. In sports, for the first time in a FIFA men's tournament, an all-female team has officiated a game. French referee Stephanie Frappart led an all-female team in the match between Costa Rica and Germany. Frappart was joined by assistant referees Louisa Beck and Karen Diaz. In total, there are 6 female referees at the 2022 tournament. Female referees have already been officiating men's matches in the Champions League this year, as well as World Cup qualifiers. Collectively, all the female refs in Qatar hope their inclusion here will open doors for others. The tournament could provide the platform for more female officials in men's elite competition in the future. Our pop culture topic this week is all about the text message is 30. The humble text message is celebrating its 30th birthday. The very first text was sent to a mobile phone by a Vodafone engineer in Berkshire in the UK on the 3rd of December 1992. It was sent in order to test out the tech and read Merry Christmas. Neil Papworth sent it to one of the firm's bosses, Richard Jarvis, who was at a Christmas party. He did not get a reply. Jarvis's phone at the time was an Orbitel 901 and weighed 2.4 kgs, roughly the same as 12 standard iPhone 14s. At its peak, phone users exchanged billions of SMS or short message service messages every year, and in 2010 the word texting entered the dictionary. According to experts, they believe around 3.5 trillion SMS messages will be sent in 2023. Finally, the value of the week this week is flexibility. Flexibility means being able to be bent, usually without breaking. There are times in life where we can feel disappointed and let down when things unexpectedly happen. In these times, it's helpful to practice flexibility. Flexibility allows us to navigate unexpected changes without breaking down. The best way to be flexible is to accept that there are circumstances that are out of our control and things won't always go as expected. And a massive shout out to Mount Maunganui Intermediate School and a special shout out to Melissa Nelson. Sources tell us that you're the best principal in New Zealand. Have an awesome day, team. And that's it for this year's InfoJam. If you want to know more about these stories and others like them, make sure you have a look around kiwikidsnews.co.nz. We hope you have a safe and happy holidays, and we'll see you here next year. Ka kite anō.